Hello guys, today I am doing a problem called hi-fi, which is on Leetcode, and it's a kind of easy problem on Leetcode. And the problem statement, let's understand what it wants to tell. So here it is mentioned that for there will be n number of students, and for each number of students there will be student ID and marks he has received from for given subjects. So that pair is given as a ID score, and we want to find the maximum average out of the given n subjects. We want to find the average for total five subjects. So let's go about the example over here. So student ID 1 has received mark 91, 92, 60, 65, 100, and student ID 2 has received marks in different subjects as 93, 97, 77, 200 and 76. So what here for student one there are only five subjects, and it is mentioned in the criteria that for each ID there will be at least five scores, and there will be for each of the element in the question there will be a vector of vector, and each inside vector will be containing the two elements as mentioned. First would be the student ID, and second one would be the marks he has received for one particular subject. So here, student ID 1 has given only five exams, and he has marks for only five exams. But if you see, for student ID 2, he has given the exam for six subjects, and we all want to calculate the average for total top five subjects he has taken in and what marks he has got in. And yeah, what about the conflicting solutions? So here we want to sort all the answer as a increasing order of student ID. One, two, three, four. We need to return the answer in same manner. And what about the integer division? So as you all know, when we take the average of five subjects, and then if you see the example for student ID 2 over here, the average is coming as 88.6. But in this scenario, we will calculate the integral integer part of that average, which is of course 88. Um, then we are given a second example where the student ID and his marks are given. So, guys, here you need to understand that we want to fetch out the top five subjects marks for each of these student. So, for when it there is a word called each of the students, the map, unordered map, immediately strikes to your mind that you want to store the student ID into the map, and in the last you will use all the pre-calculated result to give you your answer. But if you see here, student ID is in increasing order. So if you take the unordered map, then it will not serve the purpose, because we want to return the answer in a non-decreasing, that means increasing order. So I am taking for that particular uses, I am taking map. Otherwise, unordered map was fine, but here the criteria that we have been given ask us to return the result into increasing order. That's why ordered map would be the best solution for us. And if you get the question, then we want to calculate the average for top five subjects. So let's say if one student has given the exam for 100 subjects, but out of those 100 subjects, we want to calculate the average for only five subjects. So that's why, as a value, I have taken the priority queue. That means a heap. Heap is denoted as priority queue into C++ notation, and ordered map is denoted as map into the C++ notation. So what I am doing for each of the entries, I will pick up the student ID, put all the append all the results into that particular map into the value, because this value is priority queue, kind of queue, where this priority queue is of manner of maxim. So if you insert the 10 elements, and if you pick out the first element, then it will give you the highest element out of this priority queue. And as you all know that inserting in priority queue takes of about order of log n time, because it is a balanced binary search tree, balance tree. And of course there is a that a heapify algorithm that runs when you add any element. So this portion takes about order of log n time for inserting one value into your priority queue. And same goes for the ordered map. So if you are inserting any element into your order map, then searching the key into the ordered map will take about log n time. If it was unordered map, then it would be amortized order of one time, but here it will take around order of log n time. And if you see, you need to return the answer in vector of vector of int fashion, 2D vector of int fashion. So what I have done, I have inserted all the elements into my map, and inside the map, I have has taken the priority queue, inserted all the subjects marks into that priority queue. Then I am iterating all the map, taking out the five subjects, and it is given the criteria that each student will have at least five subjects. So it is guaranteed that I will always get five results from the priority queue. I'm going to take all the five elements, doing the summation of that, and then what I'm doing for each of the subjects marks, I'm dividing it by five, and it will give me an average of those five top subject marks. And along with the student ID, I'm going to put it. And one interesting fact, as we have taken the ordered map over here, our result would be always into increasing order of increasing manner of student ID. So we are good over that. And I have taken the 2D vector, not as answer, and I'm going to push this singular result into the 2D vector and going to return that answer. Let's see if it goes successful or not. Yep, it goes successful and it is accepted, and it is beating almost 85% of the runtime. So it is a good thing. If you are new to Leetcode, then if you click on this details version, then it will give you the total time taken and how much time you are beating on your lead code, as well as the same goes for memory. Here we are taking map and priority queue, that's why it is just beating 8% of the total users. But maybe for another data structure, if you are taking and solving this problem, then probably it would be highly efficient in terms of memory also. Also in interview, like in the companies like Google, Amazon, Microsoft, it is recommended that you keep into mind both the factors, this runtime and this memory uses, and both should be as efficient as possible. Because in interviewer, just satisfying the time complexity is not enough. In interviews like Google, you will be asked to optimize your memory performance as well. So kindly note that down. So I think, guys, that's it for this video. Thank you. Keep doing Leetcode. Bye.